it's dumb me again, but I went back to check to see if they posted a time because I was going to send Miss Tally in her second grade class. But this morning we had some lawn maintenance in the area, and so what I do when that happens, so you won't be listening to a lawnmower, leaf blower, or a chainsaw or something like that, is do a cover track. And so that cover track was running, and that was a track that I actually recorded here when it was quiet. And you notice cover track when you hear crickets, because I had started early before the sound of cars flying down Hugh Daniel and all that, and I even tried to edit some of those out. But you guys got to see all the pictures, but you didn't get much on the explanation of that. But I just love Miss Tally's second grade class from Tunnel Hill, Georgia. That's the class right there. This is like the fourth year, I think, that this year's students. Each year I've been getting Christmas cards from her class, and of course it's a different class every year. So think of the amount of students that Miss Tally has. She runs a screen in her classroom, and the birds in that, so they can see the birds in the feeders and that, and then she kind of introduces and works out a little bit into her lessons in that, because you can learn math on how many birds are at the feeder at a certain point in time, how many bluebirds did you see during a certain period of time. There's even a college professor who I think it's from Georgia State, a biology professor, who assigned that to his students to identify birds between certain times, the number of birds and the the number of species and the number of times that species. So and he had a way of doing it electronically. He could kind of grade them through that, but to start out in second grade is a great time for kids to learn about birds and being outside, and kind of try to break them away if they have started gravitating too much toward tablets and phones and TVs and stuff. But so they send Christmas cards, and each card is hand drawn by the student, typically with a message on it. And let me put some of these down, because I will drop some of these if I don't. But the pictures and the drawings from the students says "I love blue jays." So, and they drew a blue jay, and like I said, it's got a message on the back. That's me talking about a bird here, but they went to a lot of trouble to do these, and you've got art, you've got mathematics, bird count around here, you've got kind of composition in that they can write stories about the birds, and you got science, learning what birds are what, and you get that early in life, and it can really give you a greater appreciation of the outdoors. And I know my grandfather, he had a bird feeder in the backyard, and I'm the oldest of three boys. And when we were little and we go stay at his house, he'd tell us, he said, "Now boys, I'm having trouble with the squirrels around my bird feeder. And what I need y'all to do is anytime a squirrel comes up and starts to get up that feeder pole, I want you to chase him off, okay?" And so you can imagine three boys that are laying down there trying to be low like we're hunting and stalking the birds. We're focused on that feeder, and the birds are feeding, and so we get to watch all the birds feed. And then a squirrel comes up and starts trying to get up the pole, and we open the door and go running out and go chase that squirrel off, just so proud of ourselves. And maybe that got me starting to like it, watching birds and that. So it can start at a young age, like I said, I was oldest. I was probably 7 or 8 at the time, and then my brothers were, one's 2 years younger and the other's 5 years younger. And then he'd let us, taught us how to put the bird in he had it in a metal can outside in a scoop, and we got to learn how to fill the feeders in that. So great to learn about wildlife early when you're younger. And we got pictures here, and this student was very innovative in that there's a picture on the inside too, but he's got he's got some, I guess it's rubber cement to keep it together like an envelope here, and got a sweet little card here with a pretty drawing of feeders hanging down, and flowers and birds and a Christmas tree and the sun shining, and I got blue jays can live up to 7 years. I didn't even know that. So they're and Mr. Little, thank you for all these, and they are lovely. And just so we've been through that one. Got, it says Merry Christmas, and he even knows that's the phoenix. Like, Phoenix, did you know Phoenix is a sign of rebirth? I mean, these kids are smart. And just two birds, and I won't go over and read all the notes, all the cute notes in that, but a bird with bird feeder in the sun, and bird flying in the air, and another eagle with some that, and got a nice another blue jay here, and got some looks like a dove flying down there, and a little blue bird, and that one's labeled bluebird with appropriate orange breast and the blue. And this is a penguin. So we get a lot of those down here in the deep south. And we got a bird with an eagle and a northern cardinal and saying chirp, and butterflies with hanging feeders. I mean, I've got it all. But I've been receiving these. I mean, there's a Christmas tree with a northern cardinal up there, presents under the tree. And there's me talking and pointing at one of the feeders, or putting food in the feeders, and a little baby blue jay in the bird bath over there, and a blue jay over here. And it looks like a northern cardinal there, and a little drawing of a Christmas tree in the darkness there. But just awesome that you got a teacher that's that creative. And to integrate into the lesson plans. I just think that's so creative, and I think it's so good for the kids too. So I just really appreciate it. And this is like the 4th year they sent me. So I've got 4. I keep them in an envelope they came in, and but it's just a Christmas card every year from the class. And what we like to do here. I send them these bird books that there's kind of like a bird log. It's got stickers of the birds in the back. They're kind of a journal, so it's 46 or 47 different birds. And what they do is they take the sticker, when they see that bird, they identify the sticker there, and they go put it on the appropriate page, and then you have to log the date and the time and your observation and the number, the species, and the number of birds you may have seen. So great for youngsters learning their birds and that. And we send that to them usually sometime in February, kind of before their spring break and when migration's about to begin. And just anything we can do to help youth learn about the outdoors, get them outdoors and learn about nature and birds and feeding birds. What they can learn about what birds eat too. So, but these are lessons that they'll carry forth with them, as they grow up, and they might enjoy, being in the outdoors more and enjoying God's creation. And I mean, birds, where would we be without birds? Can you imagine being outdoors and it just being quiet. All you hear is traffic or something. I mean, we get to hear that a little bit when it snows, but you don't even hear the traffic. But the beautiful songs we hear, the different colors we see, and the movement, and when they have young birds, and the parents feeding the bird. I mean, here's my feeder distributing some more feed back there. It's just makes this world, just a better place around. God placed these for us to enjoy. And there's my little actor there, my little brown-headed nuthatch. He likes to steal the show. But anyway, we also here try to keep a good positive stream here, and we have, we do it through different steps. We got moderators who know how to, if somebody starts to get a little out of line, they can warn them, and then they can actually remove the comment and remove the person if they keep acting up. We've got steps like a blacklist of words that you're not supposed to post on here. We've got where you have to subscribe to join the chat and wait like 10 minutes or something to be able to join the chat. These are steps that spammers will have to kind of go through and if you put too many emojis, that might not post and that. So, we try to do our best to keep things positive, clean, and informative through these different layers of filtering, and because we're looked at in schools, we're looked at in Wild Birds Unlimited stores and that. So we want to make sure that the content we put up is like I said, positive, clean, and informative. And the moderators, I've got just the greatest group of moderators that we all kind of lurk on the stream, because a lot of these people are working and they're doing the stream on the side, and some of us are retired, or lucky to are blessed to be retired, but that we try to back each other up a little bit. And these aren't paid people. These people are just doing it for the kindness and generosity they harbor, for the love of birds and just trying to help people. So, like I said, they're kind of the heart and soul of it. I'm the farmer who feeds here, the birds, and while I'm out here, just try to give a talk or two, try to keep the technology going, do my research, and try to put stuff out on my blog, kenlittleblog.com, the website. And there's a blog section that's got more details about feeding birds and trying to create that sanctuary in your backyard, and tools that you can use, weather tools and strategies you can incorporate. But anyway, thanks to Miss Talley's second grade class, and hope you guys had a great Christmas, and look forward to getting you some books where you can log some birds coming up here. And winter is a great time to start a feeder, because the birds, they can make it through winter, but why not help them a little bit? Why not? Because it takes a lot of energy to source food, and that energy they also need to stay warm. So they've got to have food to get the metabolism going, to stay warm. And then when it's hard to find food, it can really lower their immunities, and they can get sick or get too cold and die. So we anything we can do, and you'll be rewarded by, when you feed them in the winter, they'll kind of stick around into the spring, and then before you know it, they might be they start nesting nearby, and they start bringing the baby birds here to feed and showing them. So you've created a new generation right in your backyard and created a little sanctuary. And there are strategies and all that. You want to have things, certain plantings and that, a certain distance from your feeders, but not too far, because they need it for cover. They need it when a predator comes, they need to be able to dart into a bush or something. But if it's too close, predators can hide in that vegetation there, and when the birds are on the ground feeding, that predator can jump in and grab a bird. So you got squirrels. That's a whole different thing. You got nuisance birds, but squirrels, you got to have like a 10-foot radius around your feeder, because if there's a big tree that's higher, the squirrel can jump over, or a fence or something like that. So this is all in my blog and that, different strategies or different feeding strategies. And Wild Birds Unlimited is a great place to go in to try to ask questions about birds in your area, because not everybody lives in Birmingham, Alabama. So you'll have different birds and different seasons and all that. So they have great equipment there that are really kind of like long-term investments. They're well engineered and long-term investment for that. Now this isn't a Wild Birds Unlimited. This actually made from pressed metal from cars in Detroit. They buy the scrap metal from Detroit, and then they mold it, they cut it, mold it, and spray paint it. And I think this comes from like lobster baskets and stuff like that up in Massachusetts or something like that. They're Erva feeders. But a feeder like this in the back from Wild Birds Unlimited, that's one that's a kind of eco. It has antimicrobial properties to where you only need to wash it with soap and water. In fact, they say don't wash it with vinegar or kind of a Clorox mix, because that will remove the antimicrobial properties there. The antimicrobial means it keeps microbes from growing, which can cause bad pathogens, which is kind of germs that the birds can get when they feed, and then the birds can get sick. So you want to keep your feeders as clean as you can, and that's just an easy one to clean, especially for people who have respiratory problems. You don't have to inhale the Clorox and stuff, or the vinegar smells and all that. If you're sensitive to that, a feeder like that is a great investment. This is another Wild Birds Unlimited feeder here. This is, and I bought this in the store. They actually work with a local artisan who creates these, and this is, I think this is cedar, and so it's going to last a long time. It's darkened up. It used to have bark on it, and then it stripped out, but the oils darken the wood and give it a nice little, there's even some, look at this, the color there, the orange and all that is, I just think, such a natural and neat look. But anyway, let me get out of your way. But this is the day the Lord hath made, and I rejoice and be glad in it. And may the words of our mouths and meditation of our heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Beautiful day here. It's warmed up a little bit to start out the day. Real cool. But I'm sorry I have to be out here twice, because I had that audio track running in that. So thanks again, Miss Tally, and all you do. And hello, students here, Miss Tally's class. Y'all are awesome. Those cards were just unbelievably great. Works of art, man, and I treasure them. And Miss Tally, just give your teacher a hand, because she's a great teacher, and we love you guys. And I look forward to getting you some bird books here next month. So y'all take care. Have a great day. Happy Thursday Eve. See ya.